Hey guys, it's Cade. It is, I think it's the 24th, 25th. I'm wrong, I stand corrected. 25th of November. It's my 10-week on T update. Alright, so I'm going to try to record this quickly. My camera battery is dead, so I'm doing this off the webcam, so I apologize if it looks like crap. So I wrote down some things here. The more I delve into transition, I kind of realized in a way that we're all transitioning. I feel like that's really the only constant in life is change. So um, I try to be really patient with people because they are transitioning with me. So for now, anyways, I'm pretty chill about like pronouns and stuff like that. But I'm pretty lucky because I think some of the changes are taking uh, presence in me physically fairly quickly. So I don't run into a lot of sort of leftover stuff, I guess, from my other life. But yeah, I think that the flow of change is just more predictable for some people. They kind of know what to expect. It's laid out for them. That's People take gender for granted so much. That's the thing about our journey that's just a little bit different. I'm really fortunate in that I work in a place where I'm out, where other people are supportive and respectful towards me, try to recognize all of me and my journey. So, like I said, I don't really deal too much with the frustration of name issues or pronouns or respect. But I do see a lot of frustration and sometimes even anger in some other videos on YouTube, and it is understandable, but um, try to just keep that in perspective that the people in your life are transitioning with you. So try to be open to letting them have their process as well. I don't think anger really resolves anything, so you can't really punish people for going with what's natural for them. And just try more, I guess for me, what works is try to create a dialogue um, and be clear about your own needs, and you know, hopefully they're going to respect that. My frustration came more before when I was trying to live my life just as like a dyke or something. um, Now I feel um, a lot freer. I get to be who I really am every day, be open about it. But I do have some friends that will ask me questions about like, well, what's the difference between, you know, somebody who's transgendered and just being a dyke, especially butch dykes. Um, I guess I've said this before. I'll say it again. Being trans, it has nothing to do with who you're going to bed with. It's who you want to wake up as. If you're comfortable, being female, being having a female name and being perceived as female, um, and kudos to you because being a butch female is even harder than just passing as a femme or something. But if you're comfortable with that, then you're not trans. For me, I knew ever since I was a little kid, basically my oldest memories. I know that I've struggled with the identity thing all of my life. It's just not who I wanted to be when I grew up. I didn't want to be a woman. I didn't want to wear dresses or heels or makeup or do my hair or any of those things. None of that appealed to me. So I always thought that I would magically go through puberty and become a boy. Apparently that didn't happen. I'm going through puberty again now, so get right this time. Right on. So yeah, that's it's not homophobic to say that I didn't want to be a lesbian. That's another point I want to touch on. It's no more homophobic for me to say that I wasn't comfortable being a gay woman than it is for a gay woman to say that they don't understand why I would want to transition, or that that's something they would never want to do for themselves, which is something that I do hear often, and ironically is generally from lesbians that I get that comment. So anyway, when I do get frustrated or upset, when something happens to do with gender or transition or just relating to people in general. One trick I've learned is the three A's: alert, avert, and affirm. So basically, I alert to the issue. I avert my old behaviors because in the past I would probably engage in an argument about that. But I'm not here to really prove myself to anybody. I'm doing what's right for me, and I know that. So this is about me and my journey. I know which conversations can be constructive and which ones can be futile. And I'm a lot more careful with my energy these days, so I pick the dialogue that I want to engage in pretty carefully. So, and then if I'm going to walk away, I just do an affirmation in my head, you know? I don't need their approval, I'm good enough, I have enough support, just something positive. Because I think that the journey that we're on is really incredible and none of it should be missed because of externalizing anger towards the outer world or feeling frustrated and missing out on the ride, you know. So I try to just walk away from a lot of stuff. And this is my outlet. If something comes to mind later that I want to address, I'll address it here or in my writing or in my music, but I'm not out to prove anything. I think it's great for everybody that we can all be more open, and I'm hoping that everybody is as open as me, in that I think it's important for future generations, for the future of our world, really, that we all get a better understanding of each other. And I think most negative behaviors in people, animals, everything, most negative behaviors stem from fear. So the number one thing is to just try to make people not fear it. So getting angry and freaking out is obviously not going to really help that cause. I'm not saying that we're not entitled or that things haven't happened in our lives or whatever to, I'm not trying to invalidate anyone's anger. It's just how do you put that kind of frustration and anger to a more constructive use. So that's my advice anyways. For me, so far, I guess, again, physical differences, a lot more hair, a little bit of a deeper voice. My chin here is, this camera's not really good to show it, but, dudes, I'm gonna shave soon because this is getting ridiculous. It's like I've got spider legs on my face. But relating to people changes, it's really hard to describe or come up with any sort of instances, but I just keep finding out the more I go along. Some people are cool, some aren't. It's not always to do with transition and gender. It's just in general, you know. Transition's not the answer to all your prayers. You're still gonna run into people that maybe you'd rather not know. So again, it's just I'm a bit more careful with my energy. And I guess people relate to me differently as well. One friend recently told me that relating to me as a male changed the expectation for her. I'm not really sure what that means. I haven't kind of talked to her about that comment or anything, but it's interesting. It's interesting to get people's feedback and stuff. So mostly the consensus is that I'm a lot calmer, a lot happier, just a lot more easygoing, and I definitely feel that. Yeah, so that's about it for my 10-week update. I definitely am getting a lot more, this is hard on a webcam, eh? A lot more muscles. I'm getting a lot bigger. I went snowboarding the other day. It was awesome. The snow was like epic. It was like knee deep in powder, just pounding down all day. It was like probably 3 other people on the mountain because it was so crazy up there. But that's exactly the kind of day I like. I love it up there when it's just like hammering snow and nobody's there and no lineups and shit. So that's all good. Alright, so that's it. It's raining outside. My dog is having a little bit of a heart attack. She doesn't like the rain too much. So I'm going to go try and cheer her up a little bit. And I'll check back in a couple of weeks or so. Alright, cheers guys. Thanks for watching.